friends, Valeria here from Chasing Paper, and today I am going to share a fun little project with you. This is a very quick and very easy tutorial, and what I have in my hands is known as a squash book. What's a squash book, you might ask? Well, let's take a look. Here's what it looks like on the front. It's a cute little booklet. Here's what it looks like in the back. And it looks like an ordinary 3" by 3" square with a cute little charm dangling right here. Well, let's see what happens when I open my closure up. This has an attached ribbon, and there you go. This is what it looks like. Look at the inside. You have all this beautiful writing space right here. And it easily folds back in. Now the possibilities with these are endless. You can literally use one for your favorite TV show and write down favorite quotes and put your favorite characters in, which is probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to make another one, and I am going to make a whole squash booklet dedicated to Stranger Things, which is one of my favorite Netflix shows, and a new season is coming out tomorrow. I am so excited. How about you guys? Which one is your favorite show? Let me know in the comments below. But let's get back to our squash booklet. So you might remember this project from like a brownies or Girl Scouts or school camp. But the difference in this one is that it's made from a single piece of 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper. Okay, so there's no glue. You're probably used to making them with smaller squares and then gluing them together. Well, as you can see, there is no glue in the center. In fact, you don't need any glue to make this squash book other than perhaps attaching the covers, which is completely optional. And I just added them for an added strength to use it as a stand-alone booklet. So this is a really fun project with many uses. You can add it to your junk journal. You can give it as a greeting card. You can use it to write down your ideas and make notes on your next vacation, your trip and travel. So this is really fun. Would you like to see how to make this one? Let's roll. I'll show you. So we are going to begin with a piece of scrapbooking paper. It's a 12 by 12 sheet. One side has a printed pattern and one side is white, just blank side. There. So again, that's 12 by 12 inches. And first thing I'm going to do is flip it over so that I'm facing the white side of the paper. And I am gonna make one diagonal fold like that. So I'm going to bring my corner down to the opposite corner, and I'm going to make a nice sharp crease. I'm going to do my best to try and match up all the corners. There, you can use a bone folder to help. There, that's our first step. So now I open my paper up and I'm going to make a cross fold. So there and there, cross fold through the middle. So let me bring this side, my right side, I'm going to bring it all the way to the left edge. Again, I'm trying to match up all my edges as best as I can. The better we can do that, the neater our booklet will look at the end. There, that's one fold, and I'm opening it up. And now I'm going to bring my bottom part all the way up to my upper edge, like that. There, all done. And I am opening my paper again. So now we have a cross fold and our diagonal fold. That's what we have. So now I'm flipping my paper over so that I'm facing my printed side, and I'm going to find my diagonal fold I hope you can see it. Here it is. Here's my diagonal fold, and I'm going to reorient my paper so the fold is going from north to south. And now that I reoriented it, that my fold is going north to south, I'm going to grab my two corners, my right corner and my left corner, and I'm going to bring them to the center of my paper, like that. I know it seems like a lot of folding, but once you make your first squash book, it's all easy. Besides, you're gonna have your booklet to use as a reference, so it's going to make it even easier. And oh my goodness, they are so much fun to make. There, these are my folds now, and I open it up again. And so now I am flipping my paper again so that I'm facing the white side. There. Now what I have to do is to fold each of my four sides of this paper towards the center, like that, to the middle. Right? Not all the way to the other edge, but to the middle. There is my bottom edge I just folded, and there is my top side that I just folded to the center as well. There, and I'm opening it up again, and I'm doing the same thing to the remaining two sides. And you can kind of see when you look at your folds, you already see all those squares are showing up for you. And my left side, bringing it to the center, trying to match up all my edges really good. There. We are done folding. There, as you can see, you now have 1, 2, 3, 4 squares on each side. Basically 4 squares, 4 folded squares. So now what you have to do is reorient your paper again the same way so that your diagonal fold goes from top to bottom, north to south, and you can mark with a pencil for yourself the part that you're going to need to cut out. And what you want to cut out is this first square on top and 2 squares on either side of it. Let me mark it with a pencil. I'm marking lightly just to give me an idea where I need to cut with scissors. So it's going to look like this shape, almost like an L shape right there. And I'm going to do the same thing right here on the bottom. So this square and a square on either side of it. I'm going to mark it lightly with my pencil, and I'm going to cut it out. There. Getting my scissors and cutting on the lines as marked. Use your folds as a guide, especially if you just freehand draw those lines. They're not perfect, but if you use your fold, that's going to give you the exact location of where you need to cut. There, I'm cutting as best as I can, trying to stay on those folds. And this should go pretty easy. My goodness, these little booklets, they come together really quickly, and they are so much fun to make, and they have so many good uses. We're doing our second cut now. The bottom is done at this point, and now this is our top. It looks like I'm not cutting exactly on my pencil line, but that's okay. I'm cutting on my folds, and my pencil marks, I can just erase them. There. And at this point, you're pretty much done. Here is what you end up with. Here's the pattern side. Here's the clean side, white side. And we did not use any glue. Isn't that amazing? Now, we need to fold it, and we need to train the folds. So the important thing to remember as we do that for the first time is that right here, these two squares in the very middle, they kind of need to fold inwards. Okay, so we're gonna grab our ends and we're going to help them fold the first time. There. There. The folds kind of know where they want to go. There you go. Your booklet is basically done. This is our basic construction, and we did not use a single drop of glue. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? So at this point you could stop right here, and if you were going to use it in a journal, let's say you could glue it into your journal. For example, here's the page, and you could glue it right here on top, and there you go. If this square is glued, there's all your extra writing space. It's hard to fit this in the screen, but there. I'm moving to show you. Or you could glue that square on the bottom, and here's all your writing space. And then it folds in nicely and neatly, just like that. So that's one way to use it, but I'm going to proceed, and we are going to make a cover for this. Obviously the cover is optional. By the way, you could use this as a card, as a greeting card. It's almost like an explosion card. You can add photographs and writing on the inside, and pictures, drawings, stickers, whatever you want, whatever you like. And it's gonna make a very nice surprise for the recipient. But I'm going to make this one into a standalone booklet, and for that we are going to create a little covers on both sides to attach to our front and back. So in order to do that and to give our covers some strength, I'm going to use a manila folder. Here I have some leftover manila folder from another project, and I am going to basically use this square, which is, by the way, if you're wondering how big it is, it's 3 inches by 3 inches, and it's made from one single sheet of 12 by 12 inch patterned scrapbooking paper. So I'm going to just lightly mark with my pencil my square, and it's going to be just a little bit bigger, just a little tiny bit bigger than my actual booklet, because I want my cover to be just a touch bigger so that it could hide, you know, any folding imperfections if you have those. There. So I basically made these 2 squares, and I'm bringing in my paper cutter to make a quick workout of it. There. I think I missed my mark by just by a little millimeters there. There. That's okay, I can always straighten it out. There. There. And there. Let's see, let's make sure they're the same size. They are the same exact size. Now let's see if it fits nicely. I want it to be the same size or just a tiny little bit bigger, and this is perfect. So now we have our 2 manila folder cut-offs for the cover, and you can use any book pages, sheet music to cover them with. Basically anything you like, even including fabric. You could use some thin fabric as well, but I'm going to use this scrapbooking paper in kind of matching color. I think it's going to be a really nice match. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap each one of this manila folders in paper. I'm going to basically give it half an inch margin on each side around my manila folder square. And the simplest and the fastest way to do this, as I found, would be to just glue these two pieces down onto the scrapbooking paper and then just proceed from there. So there is my first one. Keep in mind I'm leaving this little margin, maybe just like half an inch or a little less. There. Going to do the same thing here. Also going to leave half an inch margin or a little bit less. There. Now it's nicely attached. Now I'm going to use my paper cutter again, just because it's simpler and easier than mess around with my scissors. And I'm cutting it off. And I'm cutting it off again right here, leaving my half an inch margin on each side. There. This one's a little bit too big, so there. So next thing, we're going to be wrapping this around our manila folder pieces. So I don't need all that bulk in the corners, so I'm going to quickly snip it off just like that at the corners. All four corners on both of my pieces. All my corners are snipped off. And now back with my Scotch Create glue stick, which is what I used before, same glue. I am going to put this glue on each side, each of these white margins. And I am going to turn them in, just like that. There, I think that looks very nice already. Here's my first cover. This is what it looks like on the front, and this is what it looks like in the back. I'm doing the same thing to our other cover. And so I am going to glue my front cover right here on the front. The easiest way to do it is to apply some Scotch Create glue directly on this side right here. And this is exactly what I'm doing. Applying a nice layer of glue. And then I am bringing in my cover, gluing this side down like that. So this is our front cover. It's done. Just make sure that glue does not get onto your white side here. Okay, that's good. And now the back side. So this is going to be our back side. But before I glue this cover to the back, I want to add a ribbon closure. Let's use this pink ribbon. We're going to need probably about 20 inches, 22 inches. I'm just going to eyeball it. But I know that 21, 22 inches seems like a good length. And so here is my ribbon. I am going to attach it directly to the center of this cover on the inside. So I'm going to use my fabric tag glue to do that. And right in the center, right across of my cover, I'm going to put a little line of glue. Oh, that might be a little too much. There, I'm spreading that. I think my glue bottle is malfunctioning. Oh well, I'm gonna take care of that later. Finding the center of my ribbon. And there we go. Right in the middle. And now I'm going to apply my Scotch Create glue to the cover right here to the back of our project. There. And I'm also going to apply a little bit of Fabri-Tac glue directly onto my ribbon again, just to make sure that it sticks. This is a good fabric glue, so this should really help to give it a nice, good, strong hold. Now let's make sure how we place that. It opens up this way, so there, like that. And there you go, folks. So there we go. And so here is our booklet. I'm just opening it up again. Here's what it looks like, front and back. And we put it down and we make a cute little bow on front. There. Now if you want to snip off your ends of the ribbon so it's not too long, now would be a good time to do that. And I'm doing just that. Maybe a little shorter. There. There, and I'm also going to attach a little charm. So I just use this gourd pin, the garment pin, whichever you want to call it, one of these little things, and I attached a little golden butterfly charm to it, and I'm going to just attach it somewhere right over here onto our ribbon closure, like that, just for a little added bling. There, how cute is that? I think it's cute as a button. And here is another one I made. It uses a different pattern paper, but this is the whole exactly same project. Also attached ribbon closure. It opens up like this. And the only difference is that I added some lines on my folds with this pink metallic marker, and all I did is I just used my ruler and I emphasized my folds. So that looks very nice and I really enjoyed making them. And I think they're adorable. They're going to make a great addition to any junk journal, or just make a little standalone booklet to write down your ideas and write down maybe like trip notes, or to make a greeting card for a loved one. So many wonderful uses. So here you go, guys. I hope you give it a try. Let me know if you like this. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and please share it with a friend. This is really going to help my growing YouTube channel. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.